Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm making this video to roast a gun I was absolutely looking forward to. Now, we all know exclusive Ace. If you play Call of Duty games and you want to stay up to date with the best and worst weapons to use in the game, basically just you want to know how guns work in the game overall, you look at exclusive Ace. And well, he said it himself, this is probably the worst assault rifle to come out in the game inside of Cold War. And to be honest, I didn't care at first. I truly didn't care. I wanted to come out and give this gun a great chance. I like the idea of having a hefty assault rifle that takes very few shots to kill, but it might be a bit hard, to aim it, right? But while I thought this gun was just going to be hefty and feel slow and sluggish, and maybe the feeling of the gun was going to be the problem, not the actual gun itself, I was wrong. I was oh so very wrong. This gun is absolutely awful. And I wanted to compare it with some other guns. I compared it to the AK-47, which is actually, I think, the closest archetype we have to this gun. And let's go to private match really quickly. Private match really quick. Okay. So, I also compared it to the Fire. The C58 has some garbage stats. First off, this is with the most recoil reduction I can get on it, and it's still at 561, which is the highest recoil I believe for vertical recoil, and that's with it at its minimum recoil. Actually, not the minimum. This is the minimum recoil, which is at 577. 61 at 77. Wait, what? 591. That's what I meant. Either way, this recoil is atrocious. It's god awful. The vertical vertical kick is god awful, and you kind of have to use this. I mean, yeah, you can use this, but the suppressor. But as you can see, 591 to 647, dramatic difference. But what we're gonna look here though, just the overall damage potential. So we have the Fire, which is just a great weapon. Five shots to kill, which is going to be pretty consistent because it has a pretty good effective damage range with a really high fire rate, second in the class, right? Good bullet velocity, one less than this gun. So if they want the C58 to work, first off, they would have to. The consistency of the gun is fine, right? It can be 4 shots to kill, whatever, but they would have to buff the effective damage range to be about 50.8 meters baseline. I feel like it should honestly have the effective damage range of the Fire, because the Fire is the water hose of the gun. It's just a fire rate gun that does way too, it does really good because it's consistent as fudge. But this gun, its effective damage range is get this 25.4. That is only slightly better than I believe some of the top SMGs. So you're going to be competing with this gun with SMGs basically, and that's the problem. You see, this gun has the highest bullet velocity for assault rifles at 730, which is one more than a Fire. Like you guys see what I'm doing here, the Fire is just overall the best gun. But like I said, compared to the AK, which has the same attack damage as this gun, that's why I say it's probably the closest archetype for this gun. The AK, 38 damage, more effective same damage, more effective range, 45 more bullets faster, with a bullet velocity of just slightly worse. Honestly, it's not that bad, right? So, AK, considered a pretty decent gun, pretty decent assault rifle, and it is, to be honest. It's like the second best, I believe, or something like that. Either way, the AK is really good, and it's not the most consistent, but the fire rate it has isn't gonna make it bad. And the recoil control, as you see, 405 negative 84, it's not awful. The AK doesn't really kick up too much, oddly enough. I mean, it kicks up, but it's easy to control, right? But tell me why this gun has the same exact damage, but less effective damage range, dramatically less fire rate, dramatically less damage range, dramatically less fire rate. So its TTK is already going to be worse, pretty much in all instances compared to the AK, which can be okay if a given, if it had anything going for it. Like if it had better recoil control, it doesn't. It has bad recoil control, which means you're going to be kicking everywhere, like every direction, horizontal and vertical. You're kicking everywhere. You got come over here. You go look at the sprint to fire speed, same sprint to fire speed area of the gun, right? For some reason, apparently, Exclusive Ace says the sprint to fire speed is actually much worse on this gun than it is for every other assault. Like it's 417 in all actuality, and every other assault actually goes down. So that's that problem. overall, this gun has like the worst stats that could have been given for all assault rifles. And here I am, still wanting to use it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go in there and use the game, use it inside a control match. You see, the thing is, I have no hope of actually getting a positive KD ratio with this gun. I have no attachments for it, really. The only way I can get hope for with this gun is if I had a suppressor and people didn't know I was there. Otherwise, I'm dead. I like the iron sight, which is really why I want to use the gun. But, as of right now, with no recoil controlling, I really need to go with something that helps me see my enemies better than something that makes me have 4% less recoil, as you can see. So, we're going to do that. We're going to try to kill enemies that we can see and hope. Let me change my switch to fire, because switch to fire is apparently god-awful, and I don't need aim walking speed right now. So the goal here is to basically just kill people that we can see, because we can see them. I'm going to try to control the recoil as much as possible. But overall, this gun's TTK is atrocious. It has pretty good TTK. If you hit the first 4 shots and you within its effective damage range, and that's not because it has good TTK. That is simply because it has like an acceptable amount of TTK. But once you're out of that damage range, which is extremely easy to do, especially if you're any other assault rifle, I think the only one that doesn't beat this gun in assault rifle damage, effective damage range is possibly the FFAR, which is basically the most closest thing we have to the SMG. No, never mind. FFAR actually has more effective damage range. So that's really making it seem like this gun has probably the worst stats, the worst damage range in all of its class, with the best bullet velocity, which makes 0 sense, because that means you're going to be trying to use this gun from a distance. But you can't use it from a distance because it's the worst from a distance. It is also recoil control. It's the worst in the, on the class setups. I mean, in the classes. So overall, this gun is just everything that matters about a gun. Like when you look at a gun, you think to yourself, this gun might be usable. You think to yourself, oh, what makes this gun good? Either recoil control, TTK, the damage output, or its range. So you can play in a niche area, you know. And that goes both ways. Like, its range is really good up close, so you can really play with it up close and dominate people up close because it's a good TTK up close. Or its range is really far, so if you keep your distance and, take your lanes, you're going to really dominate. This gun has nothing going for it. Like, the damage it is 4 shots to kill, and you can buff it up to be consistently 4 shots to kill, I guess, with the damage, with the takedown barrel, which is going to hurt your recoil control dramatically, which means you probably shouldn't do that. But, gonna try to give it a best, give this our all, right? Am I gonna use a shotgun? I'm gonna use a shotgun occasionally, but I don't plan on it. So we're gonna just look down lane.
We're taking A.
I couldn't see that second. Well, I saw the second guy, but apparently I shot him and no bullets counted. Yeah, you're just the bullets aren't hitting people for some reason. By the way, I'm sure I have my crosshair on that man for at least a second. So, the goal here is simple. Try to get a positive KD ratio. I mean, I'm playing control, so I can't die too often because, that was a sniper. Ah, screw it, I don't care. Woo! He didn't have a sniper anymore.
Forces are contesting Alpha. Capturing A. We've taken A.
Like, I don't have much hope. Like, this gun, I have absolutely 0 hopes and dreams for it. I saw you. I got a suppressor. I want to put that on. I think I'm going to put that on. Like I said, my only hope of actually getting a positive KD ratio with this gun is through the use of never being seen. So to put that on, I got to get rid of... Let's get rid of that and put on this. Actually, no. I think flinch resistance is actually more important, honestly.
They're down to their last lives. Take them out.
Let me, like, honestly though, like, it's one thing to like have bad recall, which is okay, because like I said, if you can control it, you'll be a-okay. But look at that, I just got killed by that man. I hit my shots first, and I only need 4 shots to kill. At least I should. Like I said, this gun is challenging SMGs. Like, it's effective damage range is SMGs, and that's its biggest problem. If you really want to use this gun effectively, you're going to be using it against people with SMGs. That's a teammate. And that's just pure and simply not going to work out for this gun. Because SMGs, their TTK is all within the 200s, maybe 200 to 300 in terms of close combat. This gun is, I believe, 350 something to 450, something like that, somewhere around those lines for close combat. And that's the problem, because you're not gonna beat a SMG ever with this gun up close. The hip fire is bad enough, like, it never hits. But it's like you got this SMG with, like, I mean, this assault rifle. SMG slightly better range than SMG, so you gotta really force yourself in a predicament where you're slightly better than an SMG, and that's just not really manageable, to be honest with you, because SMGs, they have a I thought I saw someone. Their second damage range are typically within this guy's range, which means that in most cases for SMGs, once you get within this gun's range, like this gun, if you're on the edge of this gun's maximum effective range, an SMG will still out TTK you. And the moment you leave that wall, to put it simply, you're being out TTK by everything, honestly. And that's the problem with this gun. If they gave it much more range, I think it'd be much more forgiving. That's just because you'll be able to kill people from a further distance with 4 shots. And I believe that's the biggest thing that's holding this gun back, is the fact that it can't kill people from a distance. And I mean, yeah, it has god-awful recoil, so you shouldn't be challenging people from a distance anyways. But when you do, it would be nice to have some effectiveness. But you're actually at your worst effectiveness with this gun from a distance, which is the problem. Like in a perfect world, this gun, the fire rate is fine. In a perfect world, this gun would do a 3 to 4 shot kill. 3 shots inside his maximum range, 4 shots within his minimum range.
The enemy team has no lives left.
But no, they gave us the 4 shots within his maximum range, 5 to 6 shots within his minimum range, and that's problematic because his minimum range really, oh my god, he lost that. Really comes into play quickly with this gun.
This is it. No lives left.
But I'm not destroyed.
Don't get cocky.
I got 1 kill with the shotgun, and I'm already doing positive. It's because of the shotgun, not because of the assault. The 1 kill saved it. I would have been moving. Jesus Christ. I just got lucky, by the way. The last game I was playing with a hacker. I reported him and everything. Yeah, I see a guy named Nick. The numbers, I believe, 116-1777 or 116-177, I think. Report that guy. Because he's hacking. Anybody won't hack, so there's that. Anyhow. Yeah, no, this gun, maximum potential is still worse than most guns in the game, which is a problem. Ooh, I'm about to die. Yep. Like I said, if I could just, like, hitting the 4 shots wouldn't be that bad if it didn't have such bad recoil control. Why are they not capturing B? Oh wait, no, it's us to capture B. Wasn't the last time we defended B from this side? I don't remember. That's not very nice. It's not my confrontation no more. So my ideal build for this weapon is to minimize its recoil while maximizing its range, which means basically that means SOCOM rounds. I mean SOCOM magazine. I mean SOCOM barrel with the recoil, which is the max recoil reduction barrel. You just you got this guy with a Creed that's just got a laser beam. You know, the Creed just doesn't move, so I mean, I'm not gonna compete. The Creed has faster fire rate, better TTK, like everything that I have. Excuse me, I like to run away. Everything that the Creed can do. I mean, everything this gun can do, the Creed can do better, much better. And if you wanted a gun with a similar damage type, you use the AK and try to boost its effective damage range, basically. And that's the real problem here. The AK exists. Why would you give this gun the same damage as the AK? but worse effective damage range, which means the AK. Oof, that's a bad game. I'm gonna play one more game. Given the worse effective damage range, which literally just means the AK is gonna be out TTKing you in every position you can ever dream. The AK is just flat out better. It's, you know. Like in terms of like multiplayer, there is actually no saving this gun. But to my knowledge, this gun is like beautiful in Warzone, but I don't play Warzone. So you see, I don't care about that. I play Cold War multiplayer, and it's not the best experience, but I mean it's better than nothing. You see? So yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just. I can't take off the 30-round mag. It's the savior of this gun, basically. They gave it so like this gun was meant to be an absolute powerhouse, I believe. Like I genuinely believe this gun was actually, oh my god, was actually meant to be able to like long range people, you know. They gave it 20 rounds with like a good amount of damage, but they made the recoil atrocious. Everything else is just bad about this gun. 20 rounds. I mean, the only thing good going for this gun is its damage, but its damage doesn't matter when you shoot super slow, or you can't come like up close. You're losing because you got a water hose weapon, so you're gonna be really accurate, and your TTK still ain't gonna win your fight. And from afar, you're losing because your effective damage range is not there. So that one or two extra shots is gonna boost your TTK a whopping amount. So like I said, the only thing that's really going for this gun is its damage, but not its damage output. It's just its minimum, its starting damage, which means this gun is good for finishing players who've been hurt, not good for killing players who just got in the game. Like you just started shooting at. And if you can't defend yourself against someone who just started shooting at, you shouldn't be using the gun. So, why am I using this gun? It's because I know how bad this gun is, which makes you want this gun to work, as well as this iron sight. It's just so pretty. I love it. But knowing how bad this gun is makes me know that no one's gonna really be using this gun. Whoopsie! Can you shoot through that? No. You know? Like maybe the visual kick wasn't there either. I feel like I'm shooting the Deagle from Modern Warfare. Ooh! I crouched down. I couldn't see for a moment. But it's like, out my way. Can you move that? Oh, you can't. Oh, so you release it. I'm gonna step back. Whoops! But yeah. Oh my god, I killed him. Oh my god. But yeah, ultimately, this gun is absolutely terrible. So I wanted to try to make the best build I can for it to kind of counteract all of its negatives, right? So that way I don't get a terrible gun, but I get like a very, very mediocre gun. Oh my god. There's a 6 shot to kill, and it's hard to hit all 6 of those shots. Oh my god. You know? I can handle using a mediocre gun. I can make that work. But this gun is genuinely... Look at that recall. It's like, I know I don't have anything for recall on it. Oh my god. Like, I'm gonna need Modern Warfare's like setting where you can just turn off the full auto. This is
Alpha lockdown. Only one zone to go. Enemies down to 1. Make it 0.
But yeah, this gun. Whew, this map might be one of the best maps for this gun, to be honest. That's the worst part about it, because this map is not. I mean, this map is fun. Don't get me wrong, but this map is good for long like lane coverage. Basically, they changed this where you can't customize your class. By the way, I feel like they did. On my screen, he was not out that long.
Switching rally points.
All right, my iPhone sucks. It refuses to face recognize. But yeah, I'm not giving up on this gun. I'm giving up on hoping that it actually turns into a good gun. That's certainly not going to happen. But the thing about Cold War is that you can technically make every gun a laser beam, honestly speaking. So I'm not super worried about the recoil problem. But this gun's range and TTK is just going to be a permanent problem. It's like it's birth defect. Oh, that's kind of mean to say. I take that back. This gun is just awful though. Like, there's really no. changing my mind about that. There will be no change in my mind about that unless they actually release a buff for said gun. What? What? Oh my god. Like if they release a buff for said gun and they make it where, like I said, it has better effective damage range.
We're contesting A.
Much better effective damage range. I think it'll be usable. It doesn't even need to be like a faster TTK. Like the TTK, like I said, it's bad. But the problem is that it doesn't have any niche it can play into. Everything it can play into has been completely destroyed. Like maybe lower the recoil, but like I said, you can really put attachments on it to fix that. But if they lower the base recoil, it'll really make starting up using the gun much better. You see I'm not pushing with this. Oh my god, what a freak of nature. You see? I want to push, don't get me wrong. I just know if I do, I'm just going to get killed. Alright, check this out.
Enemies down to 1.
Oh, enemies down to 1. No, they're not. No, they're not. What? Down to 1. Bro, I saw the second guy. You see? Jesus, why'd that kick so hard? You see? Oh my god. You see? Behind you, yeah. No. Oh, I guess it just ran out of time. But yeah, this gun, I want it. I was so excited for it. I expected LMG to be good and fun, and LMG is fun. I don't know if it's good. I just know it's fun because the fire rate is like, it reminds me of the Dingo, which is one of my favorite LMGs from Black Ops 3, which I'm pretty sure everyone thought that because that gun was just amazing. I thought I was the king because that's the first gun I went to on Modern Warfare. I mean, Black Ops 3 because I wanted to try out new guns. Try new gun classes first. Usually I try either the snipers first or I go straight to the snipers first, or I go to something like the I want to die. I would go straight to the snipers first or the SMGs basically, and I wanted to make my experience different on Black Ops 3, so I went straight to LMGs. I think the Dingo was the loadout starter or something like that. I forgot, but Dingo is just like my favorite LMG of all time for that game, and that never changed. Oh, look at that TTK. I was trying to get out the way and I just died.
We're capturing Alpha.
Yeah. There it is right there. I was trying to find it. Look at that, dude. It's so bad. The recoil is so ugly. Oh, it was that far? That wasn't supposed to hit me. What? Nah, Simtexes don't blow up instantaneously. That don't make no sense. Wait, what?
The enemy team has no lives left.
Oopsie. There we go. I was trying to do that the whole darn time, man.
Hostiles contesting A.
Aw, man. I don't even know why I'm trying anymore with this like map. I know this gun isn't gonna work in this map. It's not gonna work on really any map. But I mean, the moment I get this recoil under control, I think I can use it on some map. Because, like, yeah, like I said, the range ain't his thing, but if I can hit my shots, the range wouldn't matter too bad. But the problem is, I just can't hit my shots with this weapon right now. I should really just be doing domination and new challenge until I level it up. But new challenge is just a bad experience. I should probably, I think I'll go to hardcore. Yeah. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.